Back on Get Up, and tonight we got Game 1, the Lakers and the Thunder. LA will begin this series without Luka Doncic, who's dealing with a hamstring injury. According to Shams, he's considered week to week. He has not started doing full contact workouts. Remember, he hasn't played since April 2nd. As far as this series is concerned, OKC, they completely dominated the Lakers in the regular year. They won all 4 games by an average of 29 points a game. That's the largest by any team against the Lakers in any year in NBA history. So that doesn't bode particularly well. And those two factors could explain why the Lakers are 15.5-point dogs tonight, their largest underdog role in a playoff game in at least 35 years. Here's J.J. Redick on the task ahead.
The Thunder are one of the greatest teams ever in NBA history. That's just the reality. They're that good. I think our guys recognize that and respect that, and we know what kind of task we have in front of us.
All right, so that's the mountain that the Lakers are looking to climb. Wendy, let's start with the first piece of this. Luka Doncic, if the Lakers can find a way to extend this series, are they hoping / expecting to get him back at all?
They haven't ruled anything out, but the truth is he's just not close. You know, it's not just non-contact. He's not doing full return-to-play conditioning. And as you said, the injury happened the first week of April. We are now in the first week of May. He has not played for a month. You would have to condition, especially coming off of a hamstring, and then obviously play some contact. So he is a significant time away, no matter what happens in this series.
I like to use you as my judge on these things, Michael, because I've been prone to hyperbole. I've been accused of that from time to time. Prisoner of the moment or the instant or whatever the case may be. To me, if LeBron James at 41 and the Lakers win this series, it would be one of the biggest upsets of all time. Is that overstating?
No, it isn't. I mean, it would be an amazing upset for the Lakers to win this series, Greeny. And you start wondering, okay, how can they do that? Like, it's not just going to be LeBron. It's, Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves. They're going to have some of the best performances multiple times in the series of their lives. Look, OKC, and we can get into X's and O's, and Jay and Alan are much better at that than I am. There's a personality trait that comes into play here with OKC. It's a ruthless team, right? They don't like the Lakers and they want to crush them.
Yep.
This reminds me of certain other great teams over time where they get an opponent. I know how much, little birdie told me so, that the Chicago Bulls like to beat the Knicks. They would rather do that than breathe. During that stretch of time where they beat the Knicks 4 times in the playoffs, 4 different coaches, right? That's what they wanted to do. OKC wants to do this to the Lakers. And even though Jalen Williams apparently is not going to play, Game 1, we don't think? They're so deep. I mean, Mitchell, Caruso, Cason Wallace, McClain. Another Jalen Williams. They could just go to the bench and say, we'll get another J-Dub.
Anything
They're ruthless.
If you're the Lakers, how are you going into Game 1? What is your mindset?
You got to take care of the ball. I think I think Austin Reeves has to be strong with the ball because I think Cason Wallace is a really good defender that's going to apply a lot of pressure. And I think the matchup with Lou Dort and LeBron James is going to be, they're going to try to make him more of a perimeter-oriented player. Like, they're better at every facet of the game than Houston was, and Houston gave the Lakers some issues.
Give me the Thunder to lay the points. JJ's going to have to really come up with an incredible defensive scheme, and then they've got to execute it flawlessly. That's unlikely.
Lou Dort is someone who I think would fit very well into the WWE universe. And with that thought in mind, we take our only break from the basketball all morning.
15.5-point favorite in Game 1. Alan, how much of a chance are you giving LA, if any, in this series?
I'll take Oklahoma. I'll lay the points. I mean, I don't see how the Lakers really have an avenue to a win. I don't even know if they have a win in this series in a game. If they do, it's remarkable because you really need Luka in this series more than ever just for the offense. Look at the points per game alone. That's all you need to know right now. LeBron James did an unbelievable job in that first round, getting them those 3 wins, getting them that series win without Reeves and Luka. Reeves comes back, that's a good thing. But it would take a lot for the Lakers to even get a win in this series, unfortunately.
OKC is so much better than the Rockets are at almost every position, guys. And look at some of the challenges that the Rockets provided for the Lakers. I mean, you talk about Chet Holmgren, who can protect the rim, playing at a very high level. You think about if J-Dub comes back in this series, which I think he will, he'll be aggressive. Think about Lou Dort on LeBron James, who can be extremely disruptive Cason Wallace on Austin Reeves has had him a prisoner for a long time. We talk about the Lakers and continuity offensively. Cason Wallace can take Austin Reeves out of the game. I'm with you, Alan. I think this thing is a sweep. Look, if LeBron James finds a way to win this series, then just stop all the GOAT debates. Just stop it.
Come on.
If that happens. I don't see it happening, but if it does, just stop it.
All right, more from Alan and Jay coming up. Final series with a 39-point win over the 76ers of Philadelphia. Their largest win in a home playoff game in franchise history. New York's 2 largest playoff wins have come in back-to-back games now. In San Antonio, Victor Wembanyama had 12 blocks Monday night, the most in a playoff game since blocks were first fully recorded in 1973-74. He had a triple-double. But Anthony Edwards returned to the T-Wolves lineup coming off the bench as Minnesota took Game 1 in San Antonio over the Spurs 104-102. And as for tonight, Game 1, Cavs-Pistons in Detroit. These teams splitting the regular season series 2 games aside, with the Cavs winning the most recent matchup, that on March the 3rd. And then there's also Game 1 of the Lakers Thunder from OKC. And with a win, the defending champs would be the first to start the playoffs 5-0 since the 2017 Cavaliers, the first defending champs to do that.
That was 5 on 5. Now we're running 2s with Jay Williams and Alan Hahn joining the program.
I want to guard Alan, please. Thank you.
That's fine. We're going to play a zone defense.
That's the right move. That's the right
We're
move.
going to play zone.
Yeah,
before we get to
the
tonight,
correct
man,
move.
let's recap last night. Alan, you were in the building for Sixers, Knicks, Game 1. What was your biggest takeaway from a 39-point win for New York?
Yeah, we haven't seen this kind of surplus since the Wolf of Wall Street. Like what you're seeing right now with this Knick offense and the ability to outscore your opponent by ridiculous numbers, it has been, dare I say, a garden party. It has been fun to watch. And I've always said it's not the Knicks playoffs if it's not excruciating. But yet these last 4 games have not been excruciating. And it's something they have figured out. I don't know. Can you really find your offense in the middle of a playoff series like they did against the Hawks? They might have. And let's not overlook how good they've been defensively.
Hey, guys, I would say that I frankly thought last night, for the first time in ever, that this is a team that feels like they can win an NBA championship. Like, I've never said that about the Knicks before. I thought the Knicks can get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But, it was last year that we were talking about how tired this team looked and how much they over-relied on Jalen Brunson. And them making a coaching change, like any season, you go through ebbs and flows. But watching the job Mike Brown has done with this team, watching their depth, watching the way Karl Anthony Towns has played, watching how their offense opens up the floor. Granted, it's due to the matchup, but also watching the way they compete on the defensive end. It was the first time since I've said that in my history of doing television here with ESPN. Never said it before.
Don't you do that, Jay? Don't you give hope?
I
to drive a man insane.
Alan,
for
I know
hope.
we
Don't
talk about
you
this
do
all the time, Alan. I'm sorry.
It was the second straight game for the Knicks where the starters didn't have to play in the fourth quarter. Let's get to a guy normally a starter who came off the bench for Minnesota, Anthony Edwards, saying that he was, quote-unquote, disappointed in himself despite scoring 18 points off the bench. Alan, what did you make of Ant's performance last night?
Well, inspiring first and foremost, because to be able to recover from an injury like that, we all saw the replays of it, and sometimes too many replays. It makes you want to look away when you hyperextend your knee like that. But for the fact that he's able to come back, I love he comes off the bench. And then in the fourth quarter, when he just starts to feel it, now he's getting his rhythm back, that's when he told everybody, oh, I'm back. His ability to make shots the way he did at a high level, 11 points, and help his team to a Game 1 upset win. Very, very impressive stuff for a young leader.
Alan, remember when Giannis a couple of years ago in the NBA Finals hyperextended that knee and we watched it over and over and over again and obviously came back for a monstrous game? But think about the way Giannis plays. Yeah, exactly. Giannis plays more north to south, right? And obviously being 6'9", he can bulldoze over people. What was impressive to me last night about Anthony Edwards is that he plays way more east to west. And if you look at how he has to move and how he has to really plant on that leg to get from side to side, for him that 18 points, but also for him to aggressively attack in the fourth quarter, I think a lot of people forget. We've been on the train about the San Antonio Spurs all year long, and it's been deserving. But this Minnesota Timberwolves team have been to the